defense to force a field goal.
Anytime you can, when Alabama gets in that red zone with their firepower out at wide receiver, you hold them to a field goal, you're coming off the field with congratulations.
Reichardt's kick. Fielded at the 5 by McIntosh. Man, hello. At the 22-yard line, Brian Branch with the hit. Let's check in with Jamie.
Well, the Bennett family continues to make
the last 3 games. 1 touchdown pass and 8 interceptions in losses to Arkansas, Kentucky, and Texas A&M. He throws it into traffic and almost threw another interception as the true freshman Brian Branch stepped in front of Jaden Wally, the intended receiver. Fence. Given time this time. And he dumps it off for Brad Cumbest, who hasn't been much of a factor, but Coach Lee love to a start like that might happen, but boy, has this passing game gone south since week 1. And that pass incomplete. Intended for Osiris Mitchell.
But I do think this guy gives him a little better spark. And I think he's just his mobility, if nothing else. And you mentioned
guys are still hitting.
Oh, yeah.
Witherspoon.
Draw something, trying to get it up there. Get half of this.
Dix over the middle on a crossing route. What a hit on Stoves.
Not sure they got enough to go for it on 4th down. They're going to go field goal.
Brian Branch with a third-time tackle.
Nice catch. The ball was behind. Those are tough to catch. A short throw like that. The ball's not near a long time. And Stove makes a nice grab, but not enough to go for it. Going to have to go field goal.
Now they shift the receivers and a little tighter on the left. And Nix wants to throw a screen, and he threw it right to the defense. Brian Branch inside the 10-yard line with another interception.
This is a miss right here. Watch this, taking on the play, blows it up, and that's why the pass is anticipated. Actually, it was Malachi Moore, his partner, the true freshman, blows the play up, and Branch gets the reception. Number 13 blows it up, holds it, and then the pass goes to his partner, and he actually comes back and gets a block.
Defensively, physically match up with Alabama. That's the question.
A backwards pass to Burks. It's a trick play looking for a touchdown. Burks with a jump ball to the goal line. Brian Branch is there for the interception and the touchback. Boy, that's a true freshman. So schooled, does not fall. You may not be happy with this run by T.J. Hammonds, but it should be the final play of the game as Brian Branch, who got that pick down at the goal line.
Those guys got better. Linebackers got a little healthier. Everybody learned how to tackle again, including right now bringing down Kadarius Toney. Ball came out at the end, but it was blown dead. Brian Branch, one of those young guys I talked about, is the guy that got him down.
Williams straight ahead for another yard. He got taken down by Brian Branch, a freshman defensive back. They have a couple of important players in that secondary. Outstanding running back on the sideline. 4th down and 10. Book gets it off short of Avery Davis, who couldn't make the catch, with Brian Branch right behind him, and Alabama will take over on downs.
And Iowa, the big game next weekend in Des Moines against Iowa State on 1st down. Charleston Rambo caught it, got dumped for a 2-yard loss by Brian Branch. Jones, a lot of football left, 9.5 to go, 3rd quarter. On the run, King, and it's dropped by Xavier Restrepo. If you're going to get hit hard, you might as well catch it. Brian Branch was there for Alabama.
Apply it for a 1st down. Gonna have to hurry. Ball's tipped in the air. Incomplete. Alabama takes over. Somebody on that interior got a hand in it. And so the 4th down goes awry. Nick Saban happy with his defense.
Coming off the edge, right off there, right into him. Really, no place to go. Defended not only with a good pass rush, unblocked off the edge, but really nobody to throw to.
Brian Branch is a guy that deflected it. He's played every position in preseason in that secondary, and in this case comes on the blitz and got his hand on it. And
Chandler Pittman, freshman from McGee, Mississippi, picks up a couple. Billingsley coming in at the Y.
It's just, it's honestly, it's not fair.
Branch, luckily in the preseason, has played just about every position in the secondary.
There he is, making the tackle.
Yep. And Malachi Moore still upset on the sideline.
Coming from the left side, coming off the slot, runs right into the play. Good defensive call by defensive coordinator Pete Golding.
Bryce Young all year, and he's getting touched tonight. Now the Alabama defense comes up with a nice play. Brian Branch.
And that's basically what this Alabama has to do. They have to answer the call.
Got to get that hip loosened up. Here's the throw out to A-Chain, looking for a block. Alabama does a nice job bringing him down at about the 38-yard line.
These last few weeks really coming on strong and developing chemistry.
They're down in 5. Look at all the traffic and congestion coming in with Christian Harris smashing down Will Rogers, and Rogers is clearly banged up. See him reaching up towards that right shoulder.
And hope he's okay, but this is on the offensive line, man. I mean, you give up big pressure right in the inside gap to Brian Branch, and then obviously Harris is there to clean it up.
Late pressure, Johnson gets it out, broke it up beautifully across the middle. Getting a long arm out there was Brian Branch, and LSU down to one play in just 18 seconds.
Besh has been running those crossers all night against these safeties, and that time Branch was ready for it, positioned himself.
Look at this big hit. Brian Branch has been in the backfield several times. He lays the lumber on Andre Bodison.
We've heard a couple of nice hits in this game. Listen to this one. Sideline liked it.
Johnson, first down throw to Jared Wyatt. Quickly gets rid of it. It'll be 4th down for New Mexico State.
Yeah, you know, Matt Corral's been banged up a lot. That's a really good defense, too.
Omari Samuels gets a couple of yards. Steve Turnberger, if you can talk him up.
Jefferson, quarterback draw, had a big open field off the right side, broke one tackle, and he's close. That close.
Is it close enough to go for it? Now I'm thinking in my head as he's running.
Jefferson, quarterback draw. Broke a couple tackles, but he only got back to the line of scrimmage.
So they move him around so you can't double team, and then sometimes you loop him around. This time Alabama coming with that blitz where they take Will Anderson and loop him around, and that's what caused the problems on the quarterback draw.
On 2nd and 5, it's Bigsby trying to get to the edge. Forget about it. Brian Branch drops him for a loss.
And Brian Branch is emerging more and more in this defense for Alabama. Physical football player. He's playing a lot, and he's getting there in the bounce out. That's what this defense does. When they're playing well, they bounce it out to those safeties.
Johnson in motion across the field. He's going to get the throw from Finley. But he's going to get ripped down by Brian Branch.
What a play. Will he be back? He said, this guy gives me an extra weapon. You saw it right there.
Gets it out to Zamir White. Bulldozing his way through would-be tacklers. Branch finally got him on the ground along with Helms.
It's not Booze, is it?
No, that's Zeus against Georgia Tech last week. That's pretty phenomenal. He was 6 for 6 on that last drive. He can make it 7 for 7 now. Short completion to Jermaine Burton.
So for both teams, do you understand with all these good...
McIntosh in motion. Sets in Bennett. Fires high. Almost caught by Bowers, but broken up by Brian Branch.
That's good coverage. Remember, Alabama is keeping their nickel on the field, even though...
At the 43-yard line with a first down. Bennett throws short to Cook. And he's put down by Brian Branch. Got about 5. And so the ones that are hanging around still making noise are Alabama fans. Giddy again, and they can gloat again because they're going to be able to beat Georgia again. And as my old friend Ric Flair used to say, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Ritter 3 out of 4. And that pass batted down. He's around that line of scrimmage a lot. They'll blitz him. He's a run stopper.
He's a good blitzer, and he's smart, too, because he knew he wasn't going to.
Desmond Ritter. 4-man rush, quick throw. And not aggressive enough to start that game. We were operating too slowly. Still operating pretty slowly here. And that pass is broken up by Brian Branch. Big play along the far sideline near the mark. Desmond Ritter with Branch right there to take him down. Didn't buy the fake at all.
He's got the quarterback, and he is in the backfield to make the play. I mean, there's nobody for Desmond Ritter.
White. Immediate traffic. Christian Harris has played an outstanding first half. Picks up just a yard. First down gain. Makes it 3rd and 8. Here comes the pressure. Bennett immediately on the run. He'll be chased down. Tries to make a desperation heave. Harris had him in the grasp. That ball nowhere near back to the line of scrimmage.
No, I think he was calling that. I don't know if that ball came out of his hand before his arm came forward.
It's enormously important. Let's say it is ruled a fumble here. Take a look at the foot of Branch.
He is in bounds. Wow, from that angle.
Is there, zoom in, is there green?
Just a little bit. Yeah, that right, I thought that right. Wow, that's in bounds.
He had
no idea. He had no idea that he potentially recovered that.
He thought that's incomplete. I'll go catch this ball on the bounce. It could end up being a critical, decisive play.
Try to run it again. And that's going to leave 3rd and about 3. Brian Branch the stop. Trips to the right side, and they're going to run it. And that's Robert Briggs, freshman from Belleville Tech. Williams gets hit in the backfield, escapes, and then took a crunching hit.
Well, there's been multiple plays up at the line of scrimmage you've seen Brian Branch make tonight. He doesn't get a lot of the hype that some of these other defensive players or even DBs do. But 14, Nick Saban told us point blank, best defensive back on the team. Said he can play nickel, he can play safety. If we had to, if it came down to it, they believe he could play corner for them. Invaluable to this Alabama defense.
Going up against what I consider to be one of the best defenses in America.
On first down at the 25, out of the gun, and they'll play action fake it, drop it off. Sanders, such an impressive young talent. He gains 9, the 24. Roshan Johnson in the backfield. They give it to Johnson, and he'll be tackled for a loss on back-to-back plays. We're pushing and shoving going on at the end of, at the bottom of the pile.
How deep down the left side here.
2nd down and 10 at the 30-yard line. And they'll run it. Robinson. And that's what Steve Sarkisian told us. He said, we're Wildcat. So it's Johnson, the Wildcat quarterback, runs the option, gets across the line of scrimmage, muscles his way close to midfield. Branch with the tackle, a 5-yard gain. 3rd down and 5 of the 49. Card under pressure, underneath. Nice catch, Whittington on the slant. And now they say it's incomplete.
Can reach and extend those arms just about further than anyone. Rodgers off of the interception, tries to go back to the air. Immediately taken down by Brian Branch on the safety blitz.
Confusion on the edge and protection on the ULM side. When you're trying to run play action, Branch is coming from the edge pressure.
Many times on the defensive line, even though he's 40, 50 pounds slimmer than the guys to his left.
Covered up here as an underneath pass is complete to Zach Jackson. It'll be 3rd and long.
Longer tee. It's bitter water.
Isaiah Phillips comes in for Jackson, and Phillips won't get much.
Hey, those snaps are situational football that you want to win.
Under pressure again, and Rodgers tried to get out quickly. It's incomplete. Brian Branch was in the backfield with Rodgers there. 2nd down. Wow, another blast from the past, Dari, the old Mississippi State head coach, where Terry Bowden used to coach. This is Brian Branch who gets a chance after Kool-Aid McKinstry showed off all season. Brian wants his turn and wants to take it to the house. Good night.
And he swings it out to Ray Davis. Davis taken down in the open field after a pickup of 3. Brian Branch to tackle. Part of that, I like being pressured. I think I do pretty well when I get off platform and have to move a little bit. Midway through the first quarter, Swan misfires on that one to Will Shepard, the nation's leader in touchdown catches, and that's the first misfire for Swan tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned pressure, right? Alabama brought a little Sam Fire, outside linebacker, came on that one. A.J. Swan sees it. Watch his eyes. He sees it coming. This is a run, called run. He's going to pull it for the RPO, the pass option, trying to get the ball to Will Shepard there.
2. And there's a blitz coming on Jefferson. Little shovel pass on the inside to Sanders, and that doesn't fool anybody. To'o's there. So is Brian Branch. King fires. Oh, that would have been a pick 6 if Brian Branch could have held it.
I think he had his eyes on the receiver going for the hit. I think if he'd have turned around and looked for the ball, he might have had it. And you're right, pick 6. I think this is him right here. Drops in his zone. He's got his eyes on the receiver, and it's a 2-8. Ball is by him by the time he looked.
2nd down and 3. King throws quickly to A-Chain in the flat, and what an open field tackle by Brian Branch.
A year ago, I watched the game and charted it. Brian Branch had 8 solo tackles in this game a year ago. A lot of them looked just like that. He read the play and attacked it, didn't he?
Yep, in the loss, they turned it over down in the red zone. They can't afford that here. Little option. Late pitch, A-Chain. Man, did he get leveled after a 2-yard pickup by Brian Branch. A-Chain hit in the backfield. Brian Branch again.
Well, you would like your quarterback to be able to see this, Ness. Coming off the edge this time, he hands the ball right into the slot blitz coming into the inside. Good call by the defense, but you would like the quarterback to keep that play.
No. King over the middle, low and incomplete, intended for Muhammad.
The Bulldogs respond. Rodgers told me this week he knows that a fast start is essential, Kirk. You don't beat Alabama unless you start fast. Pattern falls.
I go back up here. Careful of this safety.
Rodgers looking to the right and tries to squeeze the ball into coverage, but Brian Branch got a hand up. Now it's 4th and long.
Yeah, I think Branch is the closest thing that this defense has to having that elite defensive back that can do a lot of different things. That is great job. His eyes came back. Watch him right here recognize and get his head turned, and it allowed him to put himself in position to make that play.
And they're going to snap it, looking to throw for it again, and it's incomplete again. Ty, get a 4th down stop. Brian Branch got there, got a piece of the ball. Looked like Battle was in coverage.
Well, yeah, they anticipated, obviously, a quick throw. They blitz it, which is a great call by Pete Golding. 14 right there. Branch gets a hand on it. Look at the ball. And even if it doesn't get knocked down, because how quickly Battle was.
When do you see him get a ball batted down?
Right.
And then the anticipation that he has, Kirk, is remarkable.
Here comes the pass rush. And it's Branch on the blitz, knocking Rodgers down.
Todd, we'll get right back to you, but Branch, this has been Pete Golding's call tonight. Not just bringing Anderson, but you can create one-on-one chances for Anderson, who's inside of that, by bringing that pressure. The back is, you saw the back. The back went right to Will Anderson.
Now we should have an offside on Alabama, I think. Meanwhile, throw goes complete out to midfield. Jacob Warren, the tight end.
Big space on the slot there. Look how much space.
Looked like that was going to be maybe an option, and that went nowhere.
No space there.
No. Will Anderson and Brian Branch. And they're going out to the tight end. He's going to have to drive for it. He won't get there. Warren. Alabama swarms defensively and brings him down, and they'll take over on downs.
The down marker on
back into drive. They're stuck in neutral right now. And it's a quarterback draw all the way for Hendon Hooker. And they got about 3 before Branch brought him down. Brian Branch, good open.
Mostly a couple fumbles.
Yep.
How ironic. It was small.
Well, that one came out at the end of the play, too. And I think they're going to blow that one dead.
Ripped out by Brian Branch on the play, but I think they're saying it was whistled forward progress.
Williams, a former walk-on, who stepped into an important role as a running back, and he's got the first catch out of the backfield, but not much there. Tracking him down is Brian Branch, a short gain. He gets the ball out. You can
Personal life for him.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 11. They heat up the pocket. Daniels stands and delivers, but he was affected by the pressure and bounces the ball to Jenkins.
Boy, Josh Williams did his best job. He recognizes he's got a blitz. He's got to pick up from Brian Branch. He comes over to be able to help out. Watch this. Boom. Brian Branch pushes him right into the backfield.
Our 6 completions for just 24 yards. Keeps it on the edge, and they did a great job. That's textbook. They strung it out, forced him back, and stopped him for a yard gain.
Yeah, it sure is. And watch in the background, you get motion here, and Branch goes with him. But I want you to keep your eyes on Branch, who I think is becoming the guy in this back end of this defense. So he's got to worry about the receiver, Booty, going motion. But eyes to teams and hitting yards could be big.
Neighbors has blockers on the end around. The Tide closed it down pretty quickly. Looked like it was going to result in more than a 6-yard game at first.
I'm with you.
Ball skills. He's become a better blocker as a tight end, too. That slant was tipped at the line.
Brian Branch again, man. If you're an Alabama fan, you know all about what he means to this defense. Really becoming the glue. Like I've said in the past, there's always that defensive back for Nick Saban and Pete Golding's defense over the years. Go back to even when Kirby was there. He could.
Daniels delivers a strike right at the marker, and Kayshon Booty's begun to get involved tonight, and that's a good thing for this offense.
Booty comes back to the football. Branch in pretty good coverage out.
1st and goal. Booty again. Spins and is shoved out at the 2 by Brian Branch.
To be able to run without having to come back to it, he might have had a chance to get to the corner. Good heads-up play by Branch to catch up to him. And
Keeper took a look at Taylor, the tight end, and now he wants him to throw a block, and the young guy was still in receiver mode, didn't get up there.
Man, I'll tell you, if you think back to that Florida...
1 electric run, that's it so far for Daniels. Passing has been really a challenge. Oh, short catch, hammered immediately is Kyron Lacey, your guy. Branch stood up there, and there's a flag there.
Boy, what a play by Brian Branch. They're going to give him the first down.
No flag, it's a first down.
Yeah, that was a clean hit, a great hit, and a good job of somehow holding on to the ball here. I mean, this is tough. You know you're going to get hit. Boom, Lacey.
And coming in 267 yards on the ground per game. Zach Evans is part of the reason for that, as he gets 5 on that carry. Judkins Never did go down, but now he is.
Boy, Branch strong on that play or what?
Yeah, just holding on. He's trying to bulldog him down.
Totally.
Neither guy was giving in.
One-on-one tackle. That's a tough tackle. Man versus man on that play, right? Can Ole Miss win it without being able to run the ball?
They're going to try to run it right here. Judkins is met immediately and dropped by Brian Branch for a loss of about 5. Talk about a nice defensive play by number 14.
Well,
wow.
They've run this play, what, 8 times, and this time Branch said, I've seen enough of this one.
Dart to the end zone. Incomplete, broken up by Brian Branch. Intended for Jonathan Mingo. And there's a smile on the face of Nick Saban right now. Maybe for the first time in a couple of weeks.
Don't go inside on Branch. It's a decent matchup. Field's open. Branch. Really good coverage. Nowhere for that ball to go.
Much like Tennessee, outside the numbers at the top of your screen. And they'll throw a quick slant, caught, and down to the 15-yard line. That is Kellen Stewart with Branch on the tackle, but not before a pickup of 7 yesterday. And sure, there was a lot of goo gaga eyes, if you will, looking around this historic stadium, but they weren't lacking confidence, to say that. Little tunnel screen set up at the 30, and down near the marker for a first down is right here, perhaps, on 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll go back to the perimeter, and the catch is made, and out of bounds to the 23 is McCray. I mentioned in this situation all game, 3rd down, intermediate. Bama dials up an extra pressure man, throw into double coverage and incomplete. Stewart was bracketed on the play. Brian Branch is the guy that tipped it away.
That Bryce has not been able to work with through the practice time.
Governors with it, and good night. What a pop by Brian Branch. McCray got it and thought he'd be able to find some daylight. Number 14 and Cripson had other ideas.
He came down there and he has a bad attitude when he get there. He keeps coaching. He keeps coaching.
That's right. Never be content, never be satisfied. And he'll be satisfied with this play. A beautiful twisting interception in the air by Brian Branch. The second one for Branch.
Down at 14.
Here comes Bigsby back to fill it up. Not quite.
They're going to throw it to him out in the flat. See if they can make somebody miss. It's not going to happen. Brian Branch. And again, they go Wildcat. No, they don't. It's under center for Ashford, and the toss to Hunter. Trying to get to the edge. Jarquez brought down as he crossed the 20 by Jordan Battle.
Easy pitch and catch, and a big chunk after the missed tackle.
They go back to Deuce Vaughn. Down to the 45 for a gain of 5.
And making the play.
That's the thing about Vaughn. He'll block, he'll catch. He's one of the best pass catchers out of the backfield. Here's Howard, and it's caught. First down to the 39-yard line. It's Phillip Brooks with the catch. Brian Branch in coverage. Another third.
It is hard to find him, man.
I know. He gets behind those linemen. You just can't locate him.
Here he is again, trying to get outside, and a nice tackle by Branch at the 23. So that's a loss of 3. Bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, Brian Branch, he's so good around the line of scrimmage. You see him set this edge. Really nice job staying outside of Knowles, keeping that outside shoulder free and getting the elusive Deuce Vaughn to the ground.
He's been able to move the team down the field twice. They had to settle for a field goal on one and then the interception on the other. Deuce Vaughn. And Tim Smith wraps him up like him, but we became best friends. We're roommates. Really good culture at Kansas State, which allows for guys that are competitors to become really good friends. Vaughn wrapped up and driven to the ground by Branch, but after a gain of 3 or 4.
And as this team is comprised a player-led team with complete and total buy-in from its leaders.
Big hit in the backfield by Branch, and down goes Vaughn at the 34 for a 4-yard loss.
Boy, Brian Branch is sensational. The film just jumps off the charts when he's such a good blitzer. Times it up perfectly, comes inside the block of DJ Giddens, and a big TFL on Deuce Vaughn.
10 years ago was on that Big 12 title team. He's now the offensive coordinator. We'll see what he dials up here on 3rd and 14. Pass underneath, caught by Warner, and fighting for the first down. He's going to be close.
Impressive a young man as I've been around covering college football. He's awesome.
Here he comes off the edge, getting in the face of the quarterback, and it's intercepted. Branch steps in front and gets the pick. Anderson started it. Branch finishes it. Alabama with another takeaway.
As we take a look at Branch, working over the slot receiver. Watch the feel he plays with here. Excellent job just sitting down to freeze it. Look at that vision. He feels it, he sees it, comes off his route, undercuts the outside receiver. He gets an outstanding interception. We've seen Branch around the line of scrimmage as a blitzer, a tackler, and you see the feel and instincts there in zone coverage. Excellent job from Brian Branch.
And here's Vaughn in trouble in the backfield. Branch tracks him down. What a game for Brian Branch. Lawson was back there first, but Branch with his 3rd tackle for a loss on the day.
Out of your screen. Flying downhill, attacking, aggressive, setting edges for this Alabama defense. Nowhere for Deuce Vaughn to go. 3rd down.
Got to have it down here for Kansas State. In trouble. Dumps it off to Giddens. And Alabama just too much speed. Tracked down again by Brian Branch. And you mentioned this, Dusty, in the first half. Pete Golding, the D coordinator, saying that Branch was their best football player. And you touched on that in the first half. We kind of looked at each other like, wow, you're talking about 2 guys that might go 1-2 in the draft. And you're pointing out Branch, who, by the way, was a 2nd-team All-America.
He's outstanding. And he's just gotten better and better. So you definitely can have their hands full on that side of the ball.
That's at 4 Eastern time, so about an hour from now, and then you got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Georgia and Ohio State in the nightcap. Sack here for Alabama. It's Branch, who's probably, on defense anyway, the MVP of this game, gets the sack of Howard.
Well, he is having just a sensational game. You'll see him work inside. Again, coming from depth on this blitz. Comes underneath. Will Howard nowhere to go with the football. And goes down here once again.
Goals for Brian Branch. Got the sack, 3 tackles for a loss, an interception. He's done it all today. Junior from Fayetteville, Georgia. And a swing pass out past the 21-yard line. Alabama still hitting. That was Jordan Battle after Jackson made the key.